And that's our message to AOC, the artist formerly known as HIV, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Yes, that is the Green New Deal. Wipeout. It is a total and complete wipeout. How do I know? By her. I mean, it's not enough that even left-leaning publications have come out against it. It's not enough that even the Washington Post has come out against. Of course, part of that is, well, you know, the owner of the Post is also the owner of Amazon, and I'm sure he doesn't really like the fact that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez helped force him out of headquarters in New York City, and now Alexandria Cortez minions are making life miserable for Amazon in Virginia. This is going to be a real interesting election cycle. You know what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is actually doing? She is pushing people who hate Trump to Trump. Let me say that again. She is pushing people who hate Trump to Trump. That said, she has had opportunity to come out and say, you know what, maybe we were a little overly ambitious with the Green New Deal. You know, the environment is important to us, but, you know, maybe we're just kind of shooting for the moon here, and we need to bet. No. She's in double down mood.
Like, I just introduced Green New Deal 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, you try. You do it.
Right.
Because you're not. So until you do it, I'm the boss. Oh, it's unrealistic. Oh, it's vague. Oh, it doesn't address this little minute thing. Like, I'm trying, and you're not. Guess what? I made a mistake. Deal with it.
I made a mistake. Deal with it. I'm the boss. I don't care how we pay for it. I don't care if I bankrupt you. I don't care if I implode the entire U.S. economy. Deal with it. Me and my big buck teeth and my Ruth Buzzy hairdo looking like I'm the bag lady from Laughing in my unibrow. I am butt ugly, and I am the poster child that if you have taken Viagra and your erection has lasted more than 4 hours, you don't need to call your doctor. You just need to look at a picture of me, and you'll deflate immediately. I'm Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, now known as AOC, because I'm hip, I'm cool, you're HIV. That's exactly what you are. And you're definitely now HIV to the DNC. You know that Nancy Botox Pelosi, Diane Frankenstein, Chuck E. Cheese Schumer, you know that behind closed doors they are going out of their mind. What do they do with this illegitimate love child of theirs? This yeah. See, for so long they played that game, tried to play that far left game, didn't deliver, and now creeping up from the toxic waste of all of the far left talking points that they have espoused and spewed since the 1970s. Comes a creature so hideous, the imagination couldn't contain it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez! You created her. You politically fornicated with socialist, with communist. You welcomed them openly into your party. You corrupted the party of John F. Kennedy. And this is what you got. Welcome to it. Now deal with it. The problem is the rest of us have to deal with it. You know, on what should be the eve of something so incredible and so historic as our president deals with the leader of North Korea. This president, who has done far more to secure the actual peace and security of this nation than Barack Obama ever dreamed of, more than George W., part of the Bush crime family, Bush ever did. By the way, it was a George W. Bush appointed judge that has now declared it's unconstitutional only to draft men. You never Trumpers out there, and you so-called Puritan Christian right people that I could never vote for a Donald Trump because my faith and my values are such that Donald Trump is such a despicable man. I don't care that he's passed more legislation and done more for the Christian community and the Christian right and morality and conservatism than any president since Reagan. No, no, no. He's mean, he's crude, he's rude, he tweets mean things, he has touched people where he's not supposed to. I could never vote for him. But I did vote for George W. Bush because he was keeping us safe. And that George W. Bush has given us judges that have voted for abortion. And now they've said it is constitutionally illegal just to draft men. We got to draft the girls too. So Donald Trump, who's on the eve of another incredible success with North Korea. And by the way, he's not giving any American sovereignty away or any of our money. All these summits that have been had in the name of other administrations, whether the Nixon administration, the Carter administration, the Reagan administration, the Clinton administration, the Bush administration, the Bush administration, the Obama administration, their secretaries of state wore the humps off of a half a dozen camels, couldn't bring any peace in the Middle East, couldn't bring any peace in Korea, and this president has stabilized the Middle East as much as it can be stabilized, and he has stopped this nuclear nutcase. He has stopped the missile launches of North Korea. He has stopped the testing, and yet today the media, what do they want to talk about? Ooh, Cohen is going to testify. Cohen is going to testify. And we know what Cohen's going to do. He's going to go in there and put on a good show, and he's going to talk about all the illegal things that Donald Trump supposedly did but never really did do. And then, of course, we've got the rumors of the Mueller report is coming. The Mueller report is coming. The Mueller report is coming. When they ought to be reporting on Donald Trump. But no, we're not going to do that. And that's all a distraction. Not only not to talk about Donald Trump while they focus on Cohen, they don't want you focused on what the Democrats did last night, which was voting for infanticide. The Born Alive Protection Act, sponsored by Ben Sasse, came before the Senate last night. Bernie Sanders, candidate for president, voted no. Kamala thinks she's a hottie Harris, voted no. Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren voted no. Kirsten Gillibrand, the woman that apparently is like the nastiest person in the world to work with and can't be nice to any of her coworkers, Kalabrock or whatever her name is. Who cares at this point? So you have candidates running for president that voted not to protect the life of a baby that survived an abortion. And they want to say this is a women's rights issue. Bull hock. No, let me say what needs to be said there. Bull crap. This isn't about women's rights. Once the baby's out of the womb, what danger is the mother in? They love to run around and quote their non-scientific, scientific facts about global warming. It's medically proven that by the time the mother is within the 6th month of her pregnancy, it is a 1/4,000,000th of a problem that she might still be in the danger zone. But by creating a law as they did in New York, that if the mother's well-being, which could even mean her mental well-being. So if right as she's about to give birth, she says, I can't do it. I can't deal with it. No. Kill it. And that's what Democrats voted for last night. How can you in good conscience call yourself a Christian and vote with a party that stands for that? How can you in any type of conscience, even as an atheist, as a human being, vote with a party that does that? And then you hide it behind this clueless twit Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who asks the question,
Our planet is going to face disaster if we don't turn this ship around. And so it's basically like there's scientific consensus that the lives of children are going to be very difficult. And it does lead, I think, young people to have a legitimate question. Is it okay to still have children?
So she's trying to now say it is immoral to give birth. Do you see how they are trying to flip? The Bible talks about, there I go again, clouding a perfectly good argument with facts from the Word of God. The Bible does say that one of the signs of the last times is good will be called evil, evil will be called good. So she's now trying to make a moral equivalent argument that bringing a child into the world as it is today, you're immoral. And that's the whole infanticide argument. Well, we can't possibly save the life of the baby once it survived an abortion because that would require putting in an ambulance and taking it to an actual hospital. And everybody knows that a premature baby can't be transported. So your solution is just kill it? Do you understand the sick, psychotic way these people think? And it didn't get any clearer than it did today on The View with just how absolutely reprehensible, detestable, vile, and sick the liberal left truly is.
That the lives of children are going to be very difficult. And it does lead, I think, young people to have a legitimate question. Is it okay to still have children?
She's getting a lot of blowback for saying that, but don't climate scientists say that we're on the verge of doomsday? I mean, shouldn't people be worried and scared about this, really?
So I know that it sounds like, Alexandria is being so, crazy and
radical.
So left and radical, but the studies bear out what she's saying.
Yeah.
The studies bear it out.
It does concern me that there's even a way to defend the question she's asking, because there's a difference in caring about our climate, which I would argue probably everyone in this room cares about the future of their kids and their grandkids and the air they breathe.
Yeah.
And asking a legitimate question about doing away with the human race. Last I checked, we elect politicians to come up with solutions, not to just do away with everybody.
Ben Sasse authored the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act. This act would punish any doctor who fails to provide medical care to a child born alive after an attempted abortion. Every single Democrat, except 3 of them, voted for this yesterday, including Cory Booker, Kristen Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders. So that means these Democrats don't believe that a baby born after a botched abortion should receive medical care. Now, this is something that started with Governor Northam. Now, this is an example when we're talking about people having children and just how extreme the left has gone. This is an example of that. And by the way, according to a Marxist poll, 80% of Americans support abortion being limited to the first 3 months of pregnancy. So if Democrats want to win an election going forward, are you going to be the party of late-term abortion, the party of infanticide? Let me finish, please. Is this the platform you're going to have? Because when you're talking about children and you're talking about being pro-life, this is well out of the mainstream of where Americans are at. And when I hear AOC saying that, I actually think Cory Booker, Kristen Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, all of these people, they are answering her. I believe AOC is the leader of the party. And if you think that is how you win back the White House, I'm here to tell you, I spent a lot of time in red states. I'm from a red state. That is a losing argument.
I need to push back on that. Only because...
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah. I need to push back on that.
On the Ben Sasse Born Alive Abortion Survivor.
Yeah,
I thought you were pro-life like me.
I am. And that's why I need to push back on it. Because
So you think a baby born from a botched abortion should be put down like a dog or a cat?
This is why I need to push back on it. This is why I need to push back.
It's infanticide.
Because the bill that the Senate Dems blocked yesterday was to provide medical care for infants who survived failed abortions.
Yes.
Now, one thing is,
so
it's
those
something
babies
that's
should just be left to die on a table.
Going to be able to tell
it's something that's so extremely rare that it basically never happens.
It's not rare, in fact.
Now, does anybody in their right mind actually believe her? Oh, this is such a rare thing. It hardly ever happens. Bullhawk. And you allow this to become legal. You allow this to go unfettered and unpunished. You get behind what Governor Nordstrom of Virginia says. You do what Andrew Cuomo just signed into law in the state of New York, legalizing abortion right up to the point of birth. And all of a sudden, and I know it's medical, it's for the women, it's for the mother. Bull crap. This is murder. It is infanticide. And by the way, if you're listening to me and you're a woman and you've had a late-term abortion, you're a murderer. Period. No, I won't counsel you. No, I won't give you peace and comfort. You're a murderer. Admit it, repent of it, deal with it, but you're a murderer. And if you're having post-abortion guilt and you don't know what to do, you got to wrap your head around the fact you murdered a child. That's exactly what you did. And I'm not going to listen to Joy Bitchheart talk about that. We're going to let her talk. We got to let her give her side. You stop interrupting her. Let her talk. Let her talk. Let her talk about why it's okay to butcher a baby like it was a baby clubbing a baby seal. Because that's what this comes down to. Nothing gets me like this issue does. And now that it's been legalized in the state of New York, abortion right up to the point of birth, especially if the mother, it's about the mother's health. You and I know how this works. At the very last second, she decides, I don't want to be a mom. I don't want this responsibility. It's weighing mentally heavily on me. The doctor can say, that's a medical reason why you can't have a baby. Anything and everything will be used as a medical excuse. This whole lie, and that's what it is. It is a lie. What kind of woman butchers her own child? And some of you guys listening to me right now, I'm serious. Listen carefully. If you crawl between the legs of something that you impregnate, and that person, that individual, decides right just up to about the moment of birth, that's it, don't want it, kill it. You procreated with that? You got intimate with that? You allowed yourself to engage in an intimate act with that? Unbelievable. And the fact that these women on The View, in trying to defend Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who I must say, if ever there was a case to be made for post-birth abortion, AOC is it. It's amazing all these people that propose, I'm for abortion. Too bad your parent didn't abort you. AOC telling everybody, hey, better not have kids. It's immoral to have kids. Wouldn't it be great if she got pregnant? What's she going to do, have her abortion on live television? I'm having my abortion to protect the planet. All right, beyond the fact that the conservative media has a heyday with all of this, because we know that mainstream America is not in any way in agreement with this. I'll leave the politics out for a moment. The morality of this, or I should say immorality of this, the evil vileness of this. This is beyond nauseating. It's beyond sickening. It is heartbreaking. It is heart-wrenching. And God forgive us all.
We don't need a new law for this, which is why I think a lot of the Democrats voted against it.
Then why did this cause so much controversy?
Because it's already required to provide medical care to infants born alive, which is the Born Alive Infant Protection Act. So this bill required this bill also required that all babies born alive be immediately transferred to a hospital, which my understanding is it's not always safe for a newborn.
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear the logic that she tried to employ there? Well, if a botched, aborted baby manages to survive, this law would require that it's immediately transferred to a hospital. That's not safe. What? So just kill it?
Well, riding in the ambulance could cause it trauma and is not safe for a newborn, so we're just going to inject it while it's alive, right in the base of the skull, right up into its brain, so that it dies immediately and we save it from the trauma of an ambulance ride to a hospital.
These people, in particular, liberal, democratic women, are vile, wretched, and evil. And if any of you men engage in intimate activity with them, I hope that you get a disease that absolutely cripples you for the rest of your life.
And passing this bill would impose legal and criminal penalties on doctors who don't comply with that.
Yes, the doctors who would not provide medical care for an aborted child who survived.
I think,
that doctor
of a larger
should be punished.
strategy to pay.
Thank you. That doctor should be punished.
By the way, this is also.
It would be nice also if the Republicans cared about children after they were born. We have to go. No, we have to go. We'll be right back.
And Joy Bitchart cut it off by saying, well, if Republicans only cared about children once they were born, as a slap that, why, Donald Trump and his ilk, they're the ones that really hate children and are punishing children and are starving children and are doing horrible, wretched things to children. We're the Democrats. We're the party of compassion. You're bashing kids like they're baby seals. This is vile. This is reprehensible. And any of you that defend this or vote with a political party that stands for this, do not ever again think of yourself as a Christian, because you're not.